Hello, everyone. Good day. So, our topic for today is designing lessons for mathematics learners utilizing 21st century strategies. There are some things to consider in designing lessons in our mathematics classes. One is the curriculum guide. So, you need to look into the content standard, the performance standard, and the learning competencies. For the content standard, it talks about what are the topics to be taught. And then performance standard, how it will be taught, and the learning competencies or the objectives. Second is the assessment tasks or tools. So kindly consider your formative and summative assessment tasks and tools. And in the third, teaching approaches or strategies. There are a lot of approaches and strategies already available in the internet. So you can just look for the most appropriate one. In the number four, learner's profile. So you need to look into the learner's learning styles. It could be visual, auditory, tactile, or kinesthetic. You could also look into the multiple intelligences. So kindly consider Gardner's nine multiple intelligences, and then the background of the learners, their profile. And then learning environment, the facilities that we have and the resources that we also have, because there are several limitations in the facilities and the resources. I have here an example on the teaching of addition of integers using inquiry-based learning. But before that, let's talk about inquiry-based learning first so that we can have the context on how to place it in our lessons. Inquiry-based learning is a form of active learning that starts by posing questions, problems, or scenarios. It contrasts with traditional education, which generally relies on the teacher presenting the facts and his or her knowledge about the subject matter. So we can see in the framework or the model that we have, the first thing to do is ask. So we may ask questions to the students and then investigate. We provide opportunities for students to investigate and then create. Allow students to create something and then let them discuss after that. And then after the discussion, you can ask them to reflect. And then after the reflection part, if there are still some questions, comments, queries on the student's head, then you can go back to phase one, another ask, let them ask questions and then go through again, because this model that we have for inquiry-based learning is a cyclical one. It's a cycle. It does not end on the reflection part. There are also other models of inquiry-based learning, so you can still consider others because this is just one. There are a lot more that we have in the internet. So in this part, I have here a sample lesson plan using inquiry-based learning. This is not the normal lesson plan that we have because here is considered the proper, and I just give here the scenario on how to do activities with the different phases. So in your lesson plan, you still need to follow the usual lesson plan that we have that starts with objective, subject matter, lesson proper, and then the assessment, and then the assignment or whatever. So in the lesson proper part, the strategy should be indicated. So since our strategy is inquiry-based learning, and inquiry-based learning has different phases as investigate, create, discuss, and reflect. So that's what will be placed in the lesson proper. So the first that we do in the lesson proper is ask. So I have here an example on adding integers. Why is negative 1 plus 2 equal to 1? So this is the ask activity. So you generate, solicit ideas from the students. And in phase two, investigate. So you concretize what you asked because it's abstract in nature. The negative 1 plus 2 equals 1. So you concretize that. So you can make use of integer tiles to show that negative 1 added to positive 2 will lead to negative 1. So you can make use of transons, no? If you don't have integer tiles. Phase 3, create. So allow students to create sample models. similar to the integer tiles that we had in the investigate part. That will show when a number, a positive number, added to a negative number leads to a positive or a negative number. If the positive number is bigger than the negative number, then the answer is it positive or negative? Something like that. So they should show models to, to generalize something. And then phase 4, discuss. Share ideas on the created models. So their ideation part here. So what ideas came after doing the creating of the models? And then discuss addition of integers in terms of concepts. So here the teacher will do the discussion. And then phase 5, reflect. Allow the learners to reflect on how to add integers, especially when it is applied in real life. You can ask them to share real life scenario. Like if they have 2 pesos on hand and they owe somebody 1 peso, so you can place the money that you have in hand as positive. So you have a positive 2, and the money that you owe someone is negative, negative 1. So if you have 2 pesos and you owe somebody negative 1, 1 peso, that's negative 1. So if you pay it, so you still have a positive 1. So if you say positive, you still have it in hand. If it's negative, you owe somebody that. Note, if there are more questions from the students after the reflection part, then you can just go to phase 1 again, because our model for inquiry-based learning is a cyclical one. I hope it is clear. Okay, thank you very much for listening.